Hello, I'm Elena with my amazing wedding dress, and today I want to show you how to take your measurements for your custom wedding dress. And we have my friend Maria who is going to model for us today. So first of all, prepare your measurement chart, which you can get on our website, or just email me and I'll send you the PDF format. Second, you need to get a measuring tape, and a third one, just to get a piece of string, which we're going to use during measurements, and I will show you how. Let's get started. First of all, prepare yourself. Wear appropriate clothes, like you see Maria wearing just a tight, smooth, active wear clothes. So in this case, you can take tighter, smoother measurements. Also, wear underwear, which will be similar to the one which you're gonna wear for your wedding. So all our measurements will be right. So now when we're ready, we'll start with the taking measurements. You have your chart on hand and just follow line by line and take those measurements. The first one on our chart is a bust measurement. So we'll take a tape and put around the bust. And Maria, put your hands down. So don't measure too tight or too loose, just measure snug enough so it will stay on the body.
Do I need to breathe in or breathe out?
No, just breathe normal. Just breathe normal. So the second one will be upper bust. We'll do the same way, just to put a tape around on the bust, and Maria can breathe normal. Everything what you're taking, just to record on the chart. And the third one will be under the bust. And again, just to breathe normal. You don't need to add any extra measurements. And record again. And now we're going to take nipple to nipple measurement. So it's going to be approximate, but basically it's go from the middle of your bust to the next one. And record. And again, this measurement will help us just to determine the seams on the top. Earlier I mentioned the string and how it's going to help us to take our measurements. So first of all, let's tie the string around the waistline. So the waistline is the smallest point of your body. And Maria, if you put your hands on your waistline like this and kind of bend left and right, so it's also will help you to determine where is your natural waistline. So here we go. So we will take this measurement as well. And I forgot to mention before, you can use centimeters or you can use inches. Doesn't matter to me. I prefer centimeters, but you can use inches. So put a tape around, and again, breathe normal, and just record. And the next one on our list is a hip measurement. Maria can turn it a little bit. So you just need to take a tape and put around the widest point of your hips, and just to get the circumference here. So, and again, not too tight, but not too loose. And just record this. And the next one on our list is a shoulder to shoulder. So Maria can talk to the camera. So first of all, just get a feel of bones, shoulder bones, and that's what we're gonna measure. So just put a tape to the first shoulder bone and go across to the next one. Just like this. And record. Next one is shoulder to bust and shoulder to waist. As I mentioned earlier, the string will help us a lot to determine the waistline. Also, it will help us determine with the length measurements. So keep your string on the waistline, and let's start getting those measurements. So just to put on a shoulder, go to the middle of the bust and record. The next one will go all the way down to your waistline. Just across the bust to the waistline and record. And now we're going to take waist to floor measurement. So be sure you're barefoot so we don't add any extra measurements to your lengths. So just to be barefoot, stay straight, and we're ready to get measured. So put the top of the tape on the waistline and go straight down. And record. Length 1 measurement, we need to get a wall. So Maria can stay against the wall, which her heels needs to touch the wall, and just straight shoulders, look forward again. Basically just get some ruler or just a pencil and put this on top of your shoulder, pointing to the wall. And Maria can step out. So we know approximate heights. We'll put the tape and measure vertically down. And record. Now we're going to measure length 2, which is a shoulder across the bust to the floor measurement. And I will show how. So you put a tape on the top of your shoulder, you go across the bust to the waist. Maria stays straight, look forward, and all the way to the floor. And record it. To measure the stature of the bride, we will use a wall. And if Maria can come closer to the wall, we'll use the same pencil, just put it on the top of the head, straight to the wall. Maria, step out, and just take this measurement straight down. I prefer to do this in kind of 2 steps. All the way to the floor. And record. And if your dress will have a sleeves, like a half sleeve, 3/4 sleeves, or full length sleeves, we need to get the measurements of the bicep, elbow, and the wrist. So first of all, we'll start with the bicep. Put your arm on a hip like this, and we'll go around your bicep. Again, just measure around, no extra, just as is. And write this down. The next one is gonna be the elbow. Take your tape, put around your elbow, and kind of release a little bit, and write this down. The next one is gonna be your wrist. So again, just take your tape and put around your wrist. Just measure as is, and we will add a little bit extra so your sleeve will fit comfortably here. And now we're going to measure the arm eye. If Maria can turn a little bit my way. So basically we get a tape and put this around her shoulder, and if you can put your hand down. So we just want to be sure we adjusted the circumference, and Maria will lift your hand. Just want to be sure you have a little bit space so it will fit comfortably. And don't forget to write this down.
If your dress has long sleeves, we need to get the arm lengths. Put the top of the tape on a shoulder bone and measure all the way down to the wrist bone. Second, we need to determine the sleeve lengths. It can be different from the arm lengths. For instance, it can be half, 3/4, or 7/8 sleeve. So just measure from your shoulder bone straight down to desirable lengths. Third, if you would like to add a cup sleeve for the modesty, please measure the same way as described before. If you would like your sleeves to be fully lined, please mark on the chart fully lined.
The next one on the list is the neckline measurement. So first of all, just to find your collarbone, just the space between your bones, it's where you put the top of the tape. So the second, determine how low or how high you want your neckline to be. So let's say we're going to measure this neckline. So we take a top of the measurement tape and measure straight down. The next one is a back measurement. It's kind of the same idea. You just find the backbone right here. You can feel it, and you put the top of the measurement and measure straight down to the desirable lengths and record it. And now we're going to measure for your train. So we still have a string on your waistline. For this measurement, we will need to get probably extra pin or something, because I will not attach the tape right to the top right here to this string. So we will do this really quick. So, and drop the tape all the way to the floor. So it's depending on the style of the dress. Like let's say you want a ball gown style, kind of extend the tape on an angle and add extra for the train. If you want to more like a mermaid style or fit and flare, just go a little bit higher around your hips, down to the floor, and you can extend a little bit and choose desirable lengths and record. Also, if your dress has a turtle neckline, we need to get one extra measurement. So basically, we just need to measure around your neck. Get a measuring tape, put around the neck, and just be sure it's comfortable, not too tight, but not too loose. And write this down. And we're done for today. We got all those measurements. I hope this video was helpful. If you still have any questions, please send me email and thumbs up.